Animal Life Cycles by Murphy Wiegand. Every animal goes through their own life cycle, starting from birth all the way to adulthood. Some animals that grow up live a simple lifestyle, typically growing up similar to their parent. An example of this is a bird. Birds are born inside hard-shelled eggs. For many weeks, their eggs are kept warm by their parents, which is called incubation. After they hatch, they are fed by their parents. Fish are animals that live a simple life cycle as well. A typical fish life cycle starts with an egg. The egg then hatches into a yolk sac fry, which is the larval stage, with the yolk giving nutrients to the fish for its first couple of weeks. The fish then is able to start feeding itself after the yolk is absorbed fully. The last animal to live simpler life cycles are reptiles. For example, a lizard hatches from an egg, grows into an adult without undergoing any metamorphosis, and then it continues its life cycle again. Amphibians have a slightly more complicated life cycle. They undergo a metamorphosis. They are born, spend childhood in water breathing with gills, and then grow into adults that live on land with lungs. The metamorphosis of a frog is a very complex one. Tiny frog eggs are laid in masses of water by a female frog. The eggs then hatch into tadpoles. These tadpoles have gills that allow them to breathe underwater and use their long tails to swim. The third stage is the froglet stage. It grows lungs and legs, and their gills disappear. The tail also vanishes as well. The froglet can now swim to the top of the water and breathe air. Finally, the frog is in the adult stage. It can now leave the water and live on land. The mother frog returns to the water to lay its eggs. Insects are animals that go through a complete stage of metamorphosis. They have 4 stages in their life cycle. Let's look at butterflies. They first start off as an egg. The second stage is the larva stage. This stage is when most of the feeding is done. They usually look like worms. The third stage is the pupa stage. They are now inactive and do not eat. They are usually pretty well camouflaged. The final stage is the adult stage. This is their breeding stage. They hatch from the pupa and grow wings, turning into a butterfly. About 10% of insects go through an incomplete metamorphosis. They only have 3 stages, skipping the pupa stage. Dragonflies start out as an egg, and then move to the nymph stage, where most of their feeding is done. After the nymph stage, they go into the final adult stage, where they now grow wings. Mammals are the most like humans when it comes to how their life cycle works. An elephant is an example of this. Elephants are birthed from their mother's womb. Once they are born, their mother pretty much stays by their side until they are big enough to go out on their own.